Welcome. I'm Edward from Weight Loss with Edward, and today we're going to be talking about sleep, the importance of sleep in relation to weight loss and overall health. This week we've been talking all week. Every day we do a different topic on the 5 pillars of health. So that's nutrition, hydration, sleep today, movement, and mind. So all of these are really important factors to consider when looking at your weight loss journey and your health journey in general. So I'm just going to quickly share this live, and then we can get to work. I hope you're all having a nice day today, and hopefully some of this might be quite useful for you on your journey. Okay, so here we go. So sleep is a huge important factor in weight loss. Your appetite is vastly increased when you are tired. You make bad food choices when you're tired. You're less likely to have any movement in your day, fancying long walks or going for a run, much less likely when you're tired. The likelihood of reaching out for something as a little pick-me-up to keep you going, usually it's a quick, convenient, sugary thing. Again, it's bad for your energy levels because you spike your blood sugars and then they crash. And so being tired is a massive problem. Sorry, comment coming up there. It's a massive problem when it comes to health and weight loss. If you go to bed earlier, you avoid temptation, because if you're sitting around in the house till 10, 11 o'clock at night, then there are more hours for you to say, what am I going to do now? What am I going to eat now is a small step from what am I going to do now. So getting to bed a little bit earlier makes a massive difference. The average adult human needs 7 to 9 hours sleep. If you get less than that, for every minute less than 7 hours sleep that you get, your brain function actually diminishes quite a lot the next day. So your ability to resist temptation, to make good food choices, to be motivated, to remember to have a drink of water, all things that are important for your successful weight loss journey, they're all greatly diminished the less sleep that you get. You also lose most of your weight while you're sleeping. So when you're at the gym working hard, you're not actually losing the fat then. You're doing it through the night. That's because most of the weight that you lose, the fat cells that you burn and then are released from your body, a lot of them come out of your body on the moisture particles in your breath. So when you're taking long, slow, sleeping breaths, that's when most of the fat cells are actually leaving your body. One of the main reasons why the more you sleep, the more you lose is cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So when you're stressed, but actually when you're awake, cortisol is coursing through your body, keeping you alert, functioning. But the problem is that cortisol tells your body to break down tissue and make sugar so that you have that alert, able to move in dangerous situations type response. But actually it happens all the time that you're awake. When you sleep, your cortisol levels drop really low. The reason that's an issue is because your body has to break down any sugar before you can burn any fat. If your stress levels are high or you're awake for long hours every day, your cortisol's high, it's not getting a chance to drop for as long. And so your body has this process of making sugar, breaking down sugar, making sugar, breaking down sugar. If you can get to sleep and therefore get a longer sleep and more hours of your cortisol levels being lower, then your body can get on with doing what it wants to do through the night, which is burn fat. Hello. Things that really help with sleep. Have a bath. Now, it's relaxing, it's good for your muscles, it tends to de-stress you, but also it's not actually warming you up with a warm bath that helps with sleep. It's actually, you're warm because you're in the bath, and then when you get out, your body starts to cool. And you can actually need to let your body cool a little bit to get to sleep. So even the room temperature of your bedroom will affect your ability to get to sleep. A gentle walk in the evening. I wouldn't recommend intensive exercise. That can get adrenaline, endorphins. Oh, hi, Wendy. And sort of your body more up and active if you're doing intensive exercise at night. So if you're struggling to get to sleep and you do intense exercise in the evening, maybe could you fit it in the morning or earlier on in the evening to give your body a chance to settle down and calm down and be able to get to sleep better. Meditation's a great one for sleeping. Reading's a great one for sleeping. Caffeine 1 cup of coffee can spike your cortisol levels for 17 hours. So if you have any issues with sleep, I would recommend don't drink any coffee, certainly in the second half of the day, but maybe even from lunchtime. Maybe it's a boost to get you going in the morning, but certainly in the latter part of the day, it's probably not helpful. And if you're not sleeping well, then that's more reason to actually just move the coffee a wee bit earlier. I wouldn't eat 3 hours before bedtime. Give yourself that little bit of time to process that food and not have it sitting on your stomach while you're going to try and get to sleep. It makes a big difference. Screen time. So I know that many people sit and scroll for hours and hours and you lose track of time. But screen time and getting lost in social media, which a lot of it is negative, a lot of it's maybe things being portrayed that will be causing your mind to think more or worry about things, it's not helpful. If you can set your device down reasonably early, at least give yourself a little bit of time away from the screen, it will really help. Little anecdote, my partner was an insomniac a few years ago, and we had got into fasting and we were doing sort of long fasts. But at the time, she was sleeping about 45 minutes a night and had not had any calories for a whole week, but had only slept 45 minutes a night. She didn't lose any weight after a week of no calories going in. Now, I know that sounds crazy. Fasting is a whole different topic. It's not what I recommend with Weight Loss with Edward. It's a whole other subject. But this is what happened. She was doing extended fasting. She knew what she was doing, but her sleep was awful. And the scales didn't move after a week of no calories going in. The reason for that is when you've got insomnia, or when you're not sleeping and your cortisol levels are coursing through your body and they're really high and your body's producing lots and lots of sugar, because that's what cortisol stimulates, her body was just making sugar, breaking down sugar, making sugar, breaking down sugar. So it was running on the sugar that the body was creating because her cortisol levels were so high, because her sleep was so low. So if you can improve your sleep, an extra hour a night for a month could be 10, could be 20 pounds in a month. If you're not a good sleeper and you can get to be a better sleeper, it's like night and day for your waking hours, your happiness, your mood, your ability to make good choices, but also for weight loss. I understand that anxiety is a biggie for people. A lot of people unfortunately experience anxiety, and that tends to stop you getting to sleep or staying asleep. I would reckon that you can do something about that. If you would like some advice on that, then I'd be happy to offer you some. There are sleep tracks. Have a look on YouTube. There are sleep sounds that you can listen to. There are lots of things. That doesn't cure your anxiety, but it's an awful cycle of, because you have anxiety, you don't sleep well. When you're exhausted the next day, your anxiety can get worse. And so it's a cycle that if you can try and break that cycle, then it really would make a big difference for life, but also for your weight loss journey. At Weight Loss with Edward, what we do is we have sleep tracks. I'm actually a qualified hypnotherapist, so I make tracks that help with sleep that some people listen to every night. Not everyone does, but some people find that really helpful. We do workshops based around sleep because we cover these 5 pillars of health: the nutrition, hydration, sleep, movement, and mind. So we want all of life getting better. And a byproduct of that is the weight comes off nice and easily. So yes, what you eat and when to eat it and all that sort of stuff, but looking at how to get all of life feeling better. Are you sleeping? Are you coping? Do you like yourself? Can you prioritize your own needs? These are all things that are massively important in your weight loss journey. Hi, Charlie. So if you would like some more information, even if you're not ready to come on board, that's absolutely fine. We have a lovely community of people who are all really supportive, really positive, loads of food ideas, tips and tricks, magnesium sprays for helping with sleep as well, pillow sprays, lavender pillow sprays or lavender pouches. Secret tip, if you have a bath, if you enjoy a bath, stick a cup of Epsom salts and a cup of pink salt in the bath. Really helps with sleep. Epsom salts are pure magnesium, and magnesium's a biggie for helping with sleep. So there's something that you can take with you. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on. But yeah, if you want any more information or you feel that you could do with a bit of support on your weight loss journey, whatever your goals are, whatever you're looking to achieve, we're here, happy to help. And I hope you have a lovely Friday. Now, I'm going to be online, excuse me, I'm going to be online over the weekend, doing a couple of lives that'll be more sort of covering all different areas of health and weight loss and well-being, a bit longer than 10 minutes. We will be covering the 5 pillars on those lives, but maybe some more anecdotes and telling you a bit more about kind of how you can apply all of these into your life in a sort of big picture sense. So join us over the weekend or send me a message